Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. This is Nova Estancia. This is by naimog mod. It's a new mod map out. It's 158.05 megabytes. I'm probably sounds like I'm shouting a little bit. That's because the first thing I'm going to say, can you hear it? Before we start, is as you go around the map, the bird noises and some of the animal noises are very loud. And I'm not going to lie, doing my quick whiz round to check the map out and make all my notes, it can get a little bit annoying. I'm just going to say that now. Anyway, here we are. There are no custom mods on this map put in by the map maker. There are no contracts available either, which you'll see in just a moment. We'll talk about slot count in a minute as well. Our pickup is just over there. And where do we actually start? So I mean, it's really hard to concentrate. This is the map. All the sell points are all the way down the side of the map here, on the eastern side of the map. I actually didn't realise how bad that was until now. I'm trying to record, and that's yeah. On New Farmer, we start with this whole section here, Field 1, and we've got, for all intents and purposes, a placeables area. There's 3 of them. There's one over here, and there's one down here. We don't start with the sleep trigger. We don't start with any farm buildings. We don't start with any silos, no animal pens, nothing like that. This is one of those kind of build it from scratch type scenarios. As far as field prices go, field 11 down there is 122 grand. We've got another one there for about 120. So not bad price to start off with. What was that, 155? And they kind of gradually build up. We've got some sort of intermediate size ones there, 274, and they kind of build up, as you can see, up to the larger ones here, 1.5 million. There is, well, thank you to Heavy Metal Gaming for this one. I keep saying the periphery, and it's not always the periphery. He said to refer to it as the verges. And you know what? It's a good idea. So the verges from now on, moving forward. So the verges of the map, wherever they may be, it's 29,493,000. But what's annoying is that takes in 2 very large areas of woodland. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be, which is quite frustrating. You can still buy... Well, that's part of it as well. So if you want to do any forestry, you've got to pay 29 million, which is, you know, a little bit pricey. Anyway, I've got to move from here. This is going to drive you mad. So, on the map, we're going to go around, as I always do, we're going to go around all the sell points, all the points of interest. There'll be more on the map that I won't have shown you. I mean, that's a kind of given. I was asked the other day about, can I show... I always talk about mods, and I go in and I check. I go into build mode. I'll check everything in here to see if anything's been put in by the map maker. I always go along and check out landscaping, and I do check painting. Normally, there's nothing... I say nothing. There's the odd one that a map maker has put in. This one has got a couple of dirt textures. There's one here that's like the red rock to match the map. But I don't always show them because... unless there's loads of them. I know Jim used to put in quite a lot, and a few different map makers put loads of extras. I haven't really come across many maps with loads of extras. What I have found a lot is maps are coming out and the textures that have been used by the map maker aren't there in that palette, which is a bit more peculiar, because if you try and do landscaping yourself, it's hard to match up what's there. So it's just one of those things. So we're here at the main machinery store. Our buy point is just there. Our workshop trigger is just off to the side there. And then our machinery that we start with is just here. Now, on New Farmer, which is what we're on, the slot count is 927. And we start with all this machinery. So we've got New Holland harvester and header. We've got a big old Fendt tractor and big plough. We've got John Deere tractor and seeder. And then we've got the Steyr with a tipper trailer. And then we've got the pickup around the corner. So 927 with all of that. If you come onto your own farm manager and start from scratch, the slot count drops to 830. Weirdly, you still start with the pickup, which for me, that's not the weird bit, but you start with the John Deere and nothing else. Just the pickup and the John Deere. I'm not sure why. If you get rid of the pickup and the John Deere, you can get the slot count down to 810 if you wanted to. That's entirely up to you. So that's all you get. Like I say, no farm buildings, no sleep trigger, no silo, nothing like that. This is, you're starting here, you've bought your equipment, you've arrived in the area, and you've just got to go out and make your way in the world. So from here, we're going to whiz down, just going to hop the fence here, because there's a few sell points. I'm going to put that map on. There we go. There's a few sell points quite close to each other, so I thought we'd get onto those straight away. The first one we're going to look at, I think, is Johnson's Farmers Market, which is tucked in here. A little bit different to the usual Johnson's Farmers Markets we see. If we go onto the main map and zoom in, so the pickup was there and we just come around the corner. So that one there, Johnson's Farmers Market. We're going to go up. I'm going to take in a few of the sell points, then we'll grab the pickup and then we'll carry on. Hop the fence and we'll go around the back of these buildings here. Now these are all accessed by various different roadways. I'll show you on the map again in a moment. On foot, I'm going to be kind of cutting across. Pizzeria sell point is just here. And if we cut through here, we have got the supermarket sell point just around the back of here. That's, I'm not sure. Maybe you have to dig for treasure there. I'm not sure what that's for. It doesn't say anything about collectibles or anything like that. Supermarket sell point is just there. We've got a lime station, as you can see, just here. And then around the back of here, we've got the restaurant, which is over the back there. We need to hop the fence for this. Like I say, it's easier to do it like this than drive in and back and all around. We've got a restaurant sell point. I think it's around the side there. Was it here? Oh, there you go. Walk straight past it. There you go. There's the restaurant sell point. So that's the first few taken in already. So pizzeria, lime station, supermarket, restaurant. We're going to go back to the pickup. And as you can see, the road comes down here and comes back up here. So you access the restaurant from there. You can get in from the back there. The track that runs out. Probably should have done that, shouldn't I, rather than jump the fence. But anyway, but you can access it from here. So I'm going to cut through the buildings. We'll jump in the pickup quickly before that bird starts chirping again. Wherever it is, I'm surprised no one's taken it out. If you lived in one of these buildings, wouldn't it drive you mad? Absolutely bonkers. So, from here then. Get down the road a little bit. So this is, like I say, this is the built-up area. And it's, like I say, everything's down the eastern side. There's the river that runs down as well. And everything else out to the west, I mean, it's the Wild West. That's pretty much it. Cereal factory, just here. I mean, that sounded like a jet or something, I'm not sure what it was. And then we've got the fuel station just opposite. The fuel station is a working fuel station. When you come up alongside it, it does give you the option to fill fuel, which is great. I don't think I need anything, so we're good. Now, there is a crossing point just here. I'm not going to drive out there at the moment because there's nothing to actually show you, but if we go to the map again, look at the construction of that. But that's just basically logs. Top off, bottom off, bang, stick them down, job done. Yeah, so come back from there, fuel station, bridge is there. There's field 1, and there's no contracts available because there's no fields. You've got to make your own. That's the only one. There's nothing on that placeables area, it's just there. You own it and you own that section. So it's a case of you're going out and you're ploughing out your own fields and everything. So if, like me, you're a bit of a contract hound, you may find it a little bit difficult, but you do start with a fairly big bit of land, and if you come onto your own farm manager or start from scratch, you've got a bit of money. Well, farm manager you have. You've got a bit of money to have a bit of a fiddle around. So we're going to go up here next, I think. I'm sure it was here. This is the grocery Mart sell point, I think. I think it was grocery Mart just there. I'm going to double check. I don't want to get them wrong. Yeah, grocery Mart. Then we're going to go up to livestock market and animal dealer sell point. And you may have noticed as well, as we go around, most of the sell points and stuff are Oberon, and they've kind of been taken and put down, because I think this one's even marked as livestock market Oberon, I think. So livestock market is just there, animal dealer sell point is just there. We go onto the map. Yeah, livestock market Oberon, animal dealer. From there, no shortage. Nice change in terrain as well. I like, you know, we've got a bit of up and down, which trying to think the best way. You know, I might just cut across here. There's sort of a little track. I say sort of. Kind of. We have got the spinnery just there. And then next to that, we've got the bakery. We are continuing south. We come to the dairy next. Or is it oil mill then dairy? I think it's oil mill. Oil mill to the right. And then dairy next to that. As we go a little bit further along. We have got the Gchb grain elevator sell point, which is just there. This is one of those maps, because there's no livestock markets, there's no farms to show you, no buildings, no capacities of anything. You kind of drive around thinking, oh, you know, I keep looking at my notes thinking, have I missed something on here? Because there's normally more things I'm talking about, but it's not. It's just, and you see what I mean about the animals. Every now and again you come into the zone of a particular animal. So, this is the point where we do cross the river. All of those sell points are on the eastern side of the river, so now we're crossing over the river. We're still within some kind of civilization, but we're edging towards the Wild West. Swinging just here. We cut through a little bit. We come to Feeding Grain South, and we've got another lime station. Oh, a debris crusher, I think it is. Where is it? Here we are. Feeding Grain South sell point is just here, in amongst all these rather large silos and buildings, and then we've got a debris crusher there. And then from here, let's just go back to the map again. So we came back to there, down took those in, GCHB, crossed the river, and then we've done, yeah, Feeding Grain South, debris crusher. We're just going back up to there, taking those ones. It's a bit frustrating, I'm not going to lie, about the... Oh, it's going to turn in, isn't it, without even slowing down. About the forested area, I mean, it's not all of the trees are going to be ones that are cut downable. We swing around this way and up the hill. Get a bit more of an idea of the lay of the land. It's very sweeping. You've got, as you'll see as we look out as well, hilltops abound. It's going to be one of those ones that when you are making your fields, you know, you've got that ability to make those, you know, those fields that sweep up the side of hillsides, or you can keep them all in the valleys, or, you know, it really is almost, it's a pioneer map without the need for cutting down as many trees as you normally do. Like the forestry maps are generally considered pioneer maps, you know. So this is your sawmill, part of your production chains. I mean, most of those are part of the production chains we've already been to. But yeah, so it does give you that kind of, that pioneer feel without the need to do loads of forestry, and without the need to cut down loads of trees to be able to plough out and do stuff like that. So it's a nice mix between the two. Yeah, all of this not accessible unless you pay 29.5 million for the verges. So down the hill is the biogas plant ahead of us. The biogas plant plot of land is not viable, but the biogas plant is. The biogas plant is 1.5 million, so not cheap. Large silage clamps, plenty of space around it, but again, that's the only downside to this is the biogas plant. You've got all this space around it, but as part of the buying bits on the map, you've got all the stuff around it, the verges, all these bits, but that is not viable. You can't, yeah, so you can't place anything on here if you wanted to. Again, it's a minor thing, but it is a thing. So yeah, 1.5 million for the biogas plant just here, and then from here we are now heading west. We are out into the wildlands. Few buildings, we cross little fords, and then we're out. Big old lake to our north, just there. I do like that. Again, the little rock formations and stuff that stick out of the ground. It breaks up the terrain. The same with all the hills. It's not flat. It's not a flatlands map. It's not, you know, It is a pioneering map. It is a build-it-yourself map. It's a do-what-you-want map. But there's a lot of interest to the map anyway. You know, I think there's enough trees again for it to be interesting, but not too many. And even the you know, you come into here, and with the red underneath, the water looks murky and almost muddy. It's really well done. And that's it. That, I mean, that in essence, apart from driving around, you know, at full tilt along some of the tracks, that's the map. That's all the sell points. That's all the points. I say points of interest. I mean, there's loads of interest. One of the plots here, we have got some forestry on, was one of the ones I talked about. Nice mix of trees, and then we've got one of the placeable areas just there, and then we can head north up to the other placeable area, but it's all open for you to do whatever you want with. The possibilities are endless, only hampered by your imagination and what mods you want to use, really. So I'm going to sweep around. It's cool, especially when you're on a new map. I always like doing map tours and going around a new map, and it's that kind of thing that you come up over a rise or round a bend, or and you're not quite sure what you're going to come across. You know, you can look at the map top down and you can say, oh yeah, this has got this has got that. But I like the fact that's really weird that a lot of stuff's not rendering in within sight line. I'm having to get really close before some of that stuff renders. But it is almost that kind of, as you come over the brow of each hill, it's like, whoa, you know, it's a new open vista. You know, it feels like a wildlife park, safari park kind of thing. It's got that kind of feel to it, you know. But anyway, you know, there's not much else to show you. That's the map, and then we've got the next placeable area here. Then we head round over the top, back towards the placeable area that we start with our new farmer. So we're now coming round, we've gone all the way around the lake, we're now coming back across the top. It's a nice view out across here actually as well, when you look back across towards where all the buildings and stuff are. It gives you a real idea of kind of how remote it is and how far away you are. Because those buildings are huge, but look at them in the distance. I like that, that's a nice view, that. And that's the map. Nova Estancia, new resort by naimog mod. Quick map tour. I hope you got a feel for it. I hope you found it useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.